All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to another game between Happy and Romantic. Game number 2, or the second game I am casting, now taking place on Echo Isle. On the top right-hand side of the map, Happy spawning as the red Undead. Meanwhile, Romantic, a hop, skip, and a jump away over here on the other side of the map, spawning as the blue human. All right, human. What the heck was that? Alright, sheesh. Alright, got startled. It sounded like a bird hit my front window. Or at least I hope it was a bird. I don't see anything else happening there. Alright, my heart is racing just a little bit more than it should, as we are going to be looking at a Death Knight versus an Archmage matchup. Archmage going to be heading back off to the north here, finishing off this Ogre Warrior Forest Troll Trapper Creep Camp. It is a 3-3-3. Will not get the Archmage to level 2. And it should be a little bit more before it does get to level 3. Meanwhile, Gloves of Haste is going to go get picked up. Death Knight going to come over and try to get a steal on something as the Death Knight wanders over. And the timing on Romantic is just absolutely perfect, knowing when and what is going to be happening here. All right, Skeletal Minions now getting in some extra damage. Militia now chasing back the other way. It looks as though one more slice does in fact take it down, but it is at the end of the rune blade of the Death Knight. Archmage still wandering back around over here. Let's take a look. Top left, Arcane Tower, Altar of Kings, Barracks, farms now being added. Are we going to be looking at an expansion? I believe so, as there are a large number of peasants still being trained up. Death Knight looking here to just scour around and hoping to grab some more skeletal minions to be able to put off some pressure. This is buying time, as he is in fact teching the tier 2 already, and he should be able to put some pressure down and try and delay this expansion, even though he's not really dealing any damage. Militia are now making their way down to the south here. Archmage is going to transition over. Meanwhile, Footmen are already in the pullback here, as the Death Knight ventures over, hoping to be able to do something with these skeletal minions. Some skeletal minions already taken down here, as some footmen almost get surrounded and taken out. Back down to the south, Acolyte is going to spot all of this. Ogre Magi in position. Ogre Magi, if it does fall, will give, or should give, the Archmage level 2. There it goes. Level 2 on the Archmage already, as we see a Ring of Protection dropped. Ring of Protection, very helpful at the early stages of this game. Skeletal Minion, or no, Archmage gets the final blow on that poor militia, as the Acolytes are now just trying to run away. Footman getting in some easy kills here, and Romantic may be able to take this game without very much issue. He's going to get to level 3 much earlier than I expected, and the Death Knight, well, the Death Knight is actually not too shabby, getting very close to level 2. Acolyte after Acolyte is going to go ahead and fall. Let's take a look there. Skeletal Minion, 2 fireballs will in fact take it down, but a Water Elemental gets in the way and prevents the Archmage from chasing. All right, let's see how all of this is going to be unfolding here. Romantic now setting up his expansion over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Main gold mine down to about 10,700 compared to 12,490, as the skeletal minion is going to go ahead and try to run through once more. Archmage should be able to finish this off without much of a problem, as Halls of the Dead is completed, and that means that we should be looking at a Lich getting trained up. There it is, Lich already 10% or 10% on its way out. Death Knight almost level 2, and when this Death Knight gets to level 2, it is going to be a very, very big impact. We saw what happened in the first game, where the Death Knight couldn't get to level 2 that quickly. Units just seem to be moving a little bit more slowly. Undead unable to respond and react and get into the proper positions until the Death Knight grab that Unholy Aura. All right, Footman already down to 247 hit points. Gonna drop to sub 175. As we are now looking at the Death Knight. Is he going to use another Skeletal Minion? No, he is not. As we're looking now down across over here. All right, how much damage can really be added? Archmage is now sitting at level 3. Level 2 Water Elemental could be dropped down at any moment. Skeletal Minions trying to push their way through. As you can see, the Arcane Tower just having an absolute field day with some of these units. Skeletal Minion after Skeletal Minion has fallen. Arcane Tower protecting this line here, as the units will be forced to retreat Death Knight still not yet at level 2, means that without Unholy Aura, well, oh, a beautiful denial once again. Without Unholy Aura, what can really go down? All right, Skeletal Minion trying to push back across. It looks as though the Water Elemental could get taken down. And is it going to actually fall here? Arcane Tower, some damage again. Trying to push damage onto the Arcane Tower. Lich is right now very much nearby. Frost Nova could go down. There it is, Frost Nova onto some of those peasants as they are healed back up. Water Elemental down to 76-24. Death Coils heals. Death Knight now sitting at level 2. Does get Unholy Aura. Another Frost Nova goes down. Lich is dangerously low on mana, but he has done his job already, getting a lot of damage onto those peasants early on, preventing them from really being able to repair. Scroll of Town Portal already being used, though not quite sure why, as he teleports back home. A massive number of footmen have just simply walked into his opponent's base. Romantic walking with a large squad of units to just try and put pressure down. Alright, this is all trained off of one barracks, surprisingly, as the Death Knight is still leading the charge and attempting to take down these units here. Alright, oh, beautifully played right there once more. Low hit point footman trying to get back. Death Knight is going to be able to finish off any more units. Let's take a look as, well, the Death Knight still wandering through once again. Crypt Fiends, Death Knight, Lich now making its rounds. Back across over here, Archmage using the Water Elemental and the Archmage's range attack to try and stop this Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is about, what, 2/3 of the way completed, but still low on hit points. He needs to stop this Water Elemental, and in a hurry if he really wants to be able to get this Slaughterhouse completed. Slaughterhouse down to 155 hit points. Footman now coming back in the other way. Is it going to get canceled? Down to 32. I don't know if it was canceled. It doesn't look like it. Not that much gold was refunded, but I wasn't closely monitoring it at all. Black Citadel now done. Happy is in a horrible spot right now. He is at tier 2. Oh, he did have a second Slaughterhouse hiding in the back here, but I don't believe we have 2 Obsidian statues ready to go. Destroyer form just now getting started. 36 over 50 supply. Units are now making their rounds over. Death Knight gonna get into position. He has the Orb of Corruption for now, handing it off to that Lich. As we all know, well, the Lich does have a better range attack, thereby being able to spread that Orb of Corruption debuff across multiple units. Death Knight picks up a Tome of Intelligence, sells the Replenishment Potion. Not quite sure why you would do that. The Lich could have used hit points and mana. Is that extra bit of gold better? Or, well, Obsidian statues does do the same exact thing, and you already have them, and you already paid for them. Archmage ready to head off to the north. Potion of Healing and Scroll of Regeneration. Water Elemental going to absorb a lot of damage right here and now. There goes another Ensnare. Meanwhile, the main Undead army coming across straight through the middle, hoping to find his opponent caught unaware. Panda is going to be that third hero for the Undead army. As you see, the Crypt Queen's going to go off and engage right here, right now. All right, Breath of Fire could come across. There it goes. Kobolds are all that are left, followed by this last Renegade Wizard. Renegade Wizard should end up getting taken down very quickly at the hands of -4 debuff. Let's take a look. He is actually taking an additional 22% damage. All right, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That seems to be the mantra that Romantic is rehearsing. And, well, Archmage will be able to drop down some Water Elementals here. Destroyer up in the air is going to go after some of these units. All right, Water Elementals have been dropped. Damage onto the Destroyer. Destroyer could easily just devour magic. Not quite sure why it isn't going to at least eat on that Water Elemental a little bit. Perhaps it is already on cooldown, as the Archmage now needs to get away. Archmage going to run straight head on into a Death Knight and a Lich. Lich, Frost Nova, Death Coil. Death Knight finishes it off with no real issue. And, well, Happy is in a great spot here in game number 2. Oh, Frost Nova, Death Coil, Breath of Fire, Panda now getting up to level 2 in pretty much a moment's notice. Archmage heading back to the bottom left-hand side. Death Knight Panda and Lich gonna go ahead and clear out this Murloc creep camp. A lot of poison to go around. The Death Knight, however, is gonna be chasing and putting pressure on the Archmage throughout this matchup. I still don't see any additional heroes. We are already upgrading the castle with double workshop, and the question is going to come, is Romantic going to have the right units and the right composition with his economic superiority to be able to push back against the mass number of destroyers that seem to be coming back out? All right, Kobolds, Tunnelers slowly getting finished. Renegade Wizard is out. Kobold Tunneler going to get taken down. Renegade Wizard is off over here as the Crypt Fiend now making their way over. All right, Renegade Wizard down to 200 some odd hit points. Meanwhile, Death Knight and Lich just lying in wait, hoping that the Panda does get to level 3. So yes, it is 3-3-3 compared to, I believe, a 4-1 right now. Mountain King should have just popped on out, even though he barely has any experience. Mountain King gonna get some experience finish or just being nearby here. Destroyers ready to go, or rather one destroyer ready to go, as we are going to be haunting this gold mine in order to get a bit of an economic, well, equality, so to speak. Panda looking to engage against the Murloc Huntsmen and the Nightcrawlers. Tide Runner is going to get taken down as well, as the Panda at level 3 with level 2 Breath of Fire and level 2 Drunken Brawler can really do a lot of damage. Death Knight across here is going to try, and is he going to Death Coil? Nope, getting in some damage onto the Gargantuan Sea Turtle. Is he stuck? No, he is not. That would have been a very bad situation to be stuck in, as the Lich now comes back around and now, well, offering a lending hand. Big Frost Nova right there, trying to finish off the remaining units. Death Knight and Lich continuing that chase once more. Gargantuan Sea Turtle wants a chomp out of the Crypt Fiend, but not going to be able to really chew on that. Death Knight sitting at 3. Panda almost at 4. Lich is still sitting at 3. Meanwhile, where is the human player going, and what is his long-term plans? Clearing out a back door to this Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp does work out extremely well, since you have easy access to one of the more difficult creep camps on the map. All right, Mountain King already with 5 armor, looking good right now. Not going to be able to take that much damage, and he does in fact hold on to those rings of protection. Back off to the north here, Crypt Fiend Destroyer is going to make their way back down to the south. Archmage now makes its way over, spots the Destroyer up in the air. Crypt Fiend's going to be coming across. Let's take a look. There's only one Destroyer yet, as the Panda is, well, going to go ahead and try and stick around just for a second longer. All right, let's take a look at this. Low hit point Footman now down to 103 hit points. Is it going to be enough? Holy Light does come into play, as the Water Elemental going to get taken down instead. Panda, Breath of Fire across both the Footman and the Paladin. Paladin starting to, well, be a little bit worse for wear. Are we going to see another shot come across onto that low hit point Footman? The Footman now down to 12 hit points. And, well, Breath of Fire could in fact finish it off, as we now see Siege Engines putting pressure at the expansion here. All right, Goldmine is going to get taken out. The Acolytes, I do not believe, are repairing. Well, no, Haunted Goldmine is in fact getting repaired right now. Many of those peasants are now taken out. Is it going to really be enough, as the Siege Engines with their fortified armor is extremely difficult to take down? Siege Engine number 1 now taken down. Siege Engine number 2 could get taken down as well. And taking down this difficult Siege Engine may get level 4, or will get level 4 to the Panda at the very least, and, well, get that Death Knight and that Lich closer to 4 as well. Lich and Destroyer now heading back off to the north. Where are they going to be going? Undead looking to finish off the remainder of this Null Poacher, Null Brute creep camp. Lich picking up a Tome of Intelligence, already up to 42 damage on the low end, as the Mountain King Spellbreakers, sitting with 1-2 army or upgrades, now making their rounds back out. Paladin still sitting at level 1. Death Knight desperately charging in after the Knight here. Is it going to be able to work out? Death Knight now turns back around, instead goes after some of those Spellbreakers, but little does he know the Spellbreakers just cannot take damage from those Destroyers or those Obsidian statues. Spellbreaker making their way down to the bottom left. You can see massive number of towers protecting off over here. Romantic is looking to be in a very, very good spot. Let's take a look. Panda trying to chase back down. Breath of Fire not going to work, against all of these units. Perhaps maybe against the towers, but even the towers are so well protected, it could cause some problems. Knight now gonna go ahead and get get staffed of resurrection and is in sanctuary in order to get healed back up. Romantic sitting at tier 3 armor upgrades for his building. Shade is also spotting much of this, but the arcane towers do in fact have true sight. Siege engines now being just added into Happy's army, and I do believe the 4 siege engines could catch his opponent completely off guard. Normally you see 2 with maybe 2 more on the way. With 4 in play, it will be very difficult to even approach, let alone get some damage onto those meat wagons, as the meat wagons should be in the very, very back. All right, here we go. Meat wagons are all right here. Are they going to start attacking? Archmage sees this and goes, no, I cannot allow this to happen. As you see, the main town hall now suffering a lot of damage. All right, Panda going to get into position here, trying to fight on their own terms. The Pandaren Brewmaster in a great spot to just blow away all of these units if they in fact get too close to the south and start to get too close to the other remaining units. All right, Stormbolt right there. Panda, is he going to try and do something here? No, there's that Breath of Fire taking down some peasants. Low hit point meat wagons getting backed up here. Frost Nova onto the Mountain King. Mountain King, however, somehow survives with a Holy Light and a Potion of Healing. Destroyers are currently up in the air. Big Breath of Fire. Frost Nova finishing off many of those units. And all of a sudden, once those militia were taken down, it looked like it was safe and clear to go back in for just a moment. Panda sitting at 181. There's a Death Coil trying to finish off some more units. Death Knight now down to 74 mana. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? No, we are not. Black Citadel here, ready to go. Gonna go ahead and head back down to the south. Destroyer is looking to finish clearing up this haunted gold mine. Let's take a look at the overall population count. It is 68 compared to 74. Romantic with the definite lead. But then again, Romantic does have a larger army just because of all of these peasants. Perhaps that is going to offset. Nope, Romantic takes the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.